Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to talk about the standard costing. Uh, if you see the corporate words, when they manufacture products, they always make standards. They always make standards for their direct material, direct labor, and factory overheads. Because a product is made up of three things: direct material, which you can trace it out after the completion of product; direct labor, which is directly involved on the production process; and then the third one is are your factory overheads. If you will not make standards, then your cost could be either over cost or under cost. If for example it is over cost, uh, your price would also be overpriced, and your product might not be sellable in the market for a high price. Whereas if for example your cost is under cost, and you would not be able to reimburse the cost or meet your expenses. So therefore you always make standards. These standards are worked as a yardstick. Standard costing is the preparation of standard cost to value inventories, cost products, or to use in variance analysis, which is a key management control system. Because uh, you make a comparison between the standards you made for product, standard for material, standard for labor, and standard for factory overheads, and what actually incurred. Then you make a comparison between both, and then finally you analyze that why our standards were over standards, or our standards were lower than what actually we were getting. So according to the SEMA terminology, a standard cost is a planned unit cost of a product, component, or service. So here is, for example, I am just giving you an example how product cost is calculated. For example, your product is made up of two things, two types of material. One is your material X, the other one is your material Y. 1 unit of product requires for material X 3 kilogram at a rate of 4 per kilograms. So you multiply 3 with the 4 and you get $12 for material X. So here is 3 multiplied by 4, you get at $12. And the second material required to produce a product, which is material Y, and it requires 9 liters at a rate of 2 per liter. So 9 multiplied by 2, which is 18. So the total material cost to manufacture a product is $30. The second component is your direct material, direct labor. Again, here are two types of labor are required to manufacture this product: grade A labor and grade B labor. 6 hours of grade A labor are required to complete this product, to manufacture this product, and the rate of that grade A labor is 7 per hour. So 7 multiplied by 6 to get $42. And the second type of direct material is grade B, and grade B 8 hours are required, and the rate is 8 per hour. So 8 multiplied by 8 you get 64. So the total labor required to manufacture product is 106. So here is your direct material and here is your direct labor. Now we also required uh, a third component, which is your factory overheads. Factory overheads are divided into two components further: variable overheads and fixed overheads. So variable overheads, 14 hours at a rate of 0 point per hour. So you multiply 14 with the 0.5, you get 7. Here is a standard variable cost of production, which is 143. Then you add up fixed overheads in your standard variable cost of production. So 14 is a rate multiplied by 4.5 per hour, you get a 63. The total cost of the product is $206. This is a standard cost that you have calculated when you add up standard marketing and administrative marketing overheads 15. Then the standard cost of sale is 221. You add up your profit, standard profit, you think that our product must give us $20 of profit. So you add up, the standard sale price is 241. It means that you want that your product should be sold in the market at $241. You see, these are all the standards. You estimated that our product should be sold in the market based upon all these standards of direct material, standard of direct labor, and standard of overheads. So you made a standard of direct material, standard of direct labor, and then standard of your factory overheads. Then you got a cost of product which is 206. You add up other marketing expenses and then you add up your profit. Now here is a price on which you are interested to sell your product in the market. What could be the uses? As I already mentioned, what could be the uses of standard costing? It basically helps to act as a control device by establishing standards. I mean the planned cost, that cost of our material, cost of our product should be that one. Highlighting various analysis, you make a comparison between actual and the standard cost that you made. So basically we will cover this various analysis in our next chapter. So that are not conforming to plan and thus alerting management to areas which may be out of control and in need of corrective actions. Another question I'm going to explain it because this was already the solved question. Now I'm going to solve this question. For example, here is a company B that makes a product J. They mentioned that two types of labor are involved in the preparation of product A. One is your skilled and the other one is semi-skilled labor. Skilled labor is paid $10 per hour and semi-skilled is paid $5 per hour. Another important point is twice as many skilled labor hours as skilled as semi-skilled labor hours are needed to produce a product J. And then 4 semi-skilled labor hours being needed. It means that they are talking about the skilled labor is twice as the semi-skilled. 4 semi-skilled labor hours are being needed. It means that the skilled labor 8 hours are required for skilled labor. So one is this point, which is a direct labor, one component of your direct material your product cost. Then a product J is made up of 3 different types of material. This is a second component of your product direct material. One is, for example, A, I should say A, 7 kilograms of direct material A, B, 4 liters of direct material B, and C, that is 3 meters of direct material C are needed. So the second component we got, that is a direct material, and they mentioned that which quantity is required to produce a product J. They also mentioned the cost of their direct material as well. For material A, $1 per kg. Then for material B, $2 per liter. And the third type of material C is $3 per meter. So it means that if we multiply the rates with the quantity, you get a direct material cost. Similarly, in direct labor, if you multiply the rate with the quantity, you get a direct material cost. Now the third component is your overheads. Variable production overheads are incurred at B company at a rate of $2.5 per direct labor skilled labor hours. Here is a variable production overheads. We need also the fixed overhead as well. A system of absorption costing is in operation at B company. The basis of absorption is direct labor skilled hours. For the forthcoming accounting period, budgeted fixed production overheads are 2,50,000 and budgeted production of the J is 5,000 units. Then administrative and selling distributive overheads are added to the production at a rate of $10 per unit. They basically established 25% of their profit. Now we need to calculate the standard cost, and finally we need to reach the price of that product. So we are almost have complete information related to direct material, direct labor and factory overheads. And I already mentioned that material, for example, could be used for multiple types, labor could be used for multiple types, as well as variable overheads. Here is a sheet which is required to be filled. So here you see they mentioned three boxes because we have a three types of material: A, B and C, and then we have a direct labor which is semi-skilled and skilled labor. Further, they also provided the information about variable overheads and then fixed overheads. And then we add up administrative, selling and distributive overheads, and finally we will add 25% of the profit markup. Here is a solution of this question. Material A, they require 7 kg and the rate is 1, you get a $7. Then material B, which is required 4 liter and the rate is $2 per liter, you multiply 4 with 2, you get $8. And then 3 meters multiplied by rate 3, which is 9. Now the direct material cost is $24. Then the second component is your direct labor. They are mentioned that twice the hours are required of skilled labor as compared to semi-skilled. So they mentioned that 4 semi-skilled hours are required and the rate was $5. So you multiply 4 with 5, you get $20 of semi-skilled cost, and twice hours as compared to semi-skilled. So the twice of 4 is 8. So 8 multiplied by 10, you get $80. So the sum of both is $100. So 24 plus 100 is $124, which is actually your prime cost. And then you add up your variable overheads. The rate is 8, the hours are 8 and the rate is 2.5. How did you get these 8? In fact, the basis was the skilled labor hours. So skilled labor hours were required 8 hours, so here we used 8 hours multiplied the rate they are already mentioned it, which is at 2.5. So 8 multiplied by 2.5, you get $20. Then you add up your fixed of production overheads. Again, here is 8 hours are required and the rate is 6.25. How did you get this one? If you see that you were provided 2,50,000 fixed overheads and total number of units were 5,000, and you multiply with the $8, 8 hours, uh, multiplying 5,000 with 8, you get number of hours to complete a product. So fixed uh, FH were 2,50,000 divided by 5,000 into 8, you get the rate of $6.25. Now 8 multiplied by 6.25, you get $50 of fixed FH. Here is the total standard cost of your product J, which is 194. You added your direct material cost, direct labor cost, variable FH, and fixed overhead, fixed FH, fixed overheads, and the standard cost, full standard cost is $194. You also add up $10 of your administrative and selling distribution overheads. The standard cost of sale is 204, and in 204 you add up 25% of your profit margin, which is 51, and the final sales price on which you want to sell out your product in the market, which is 255. Here is the standard price of your product. You see, how did you calculate all of these things? One thing you must keep in your mind, that material could be a different type of variety. Your labor could also be different type of variety to complete a product, and similarly variable overheads and fixed overheads, they also have some different variety of factory overheads. So all these are made up, then you make a full standard cost of your product. You add up other expenses, and finally you add your profit, and based on all this, this is your standard price of the product that you want to sell it in the market. So I wind up this lecture here, and in the next lecture I am going to talk about more about how the standards are further prepared and what are their theoretical perspectives. Thank you very much. Take care and Allah Hafiz.